Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a hot minute. It's been like 3 or 4 days since I uploaded a video, but we're here, man. We're here. I've been grinding, been grinding. But we do have the Genshin Impact developers discussion. You guys already know I'm always up to date when it comes to developers discussion when it comes to Genshin, because it is content. It's content, and it just makes me laugh how incompetent these devs are. But all right, before we get started, I usually read the developers discussion with you guys, but this time I read the developers discussion before I started this video. The reason why is because for this developers discussion, they actually implemented artifact loadouts. So when we come over here on Windows, I'm gonna come to Windows real quick for you guys. You guys can see here, we got artifact loadout. Now, okay, here's the thing. Yes, they finally added artifact loadouts after 5 years, which is crazy. But I feel like a lot of people don't really have good reading comprehension skills, because a lot of people are missing out on the fact that for the artifact loadout system in Genshin Impact, you are pretty much setting parameters, right? Such as main affix, artifact set type, and etc. And then you're going to save it to generate a loadout. So you're not really saving the loadout you have. Like, let's say you want to manually save a loadout that you built for that character. You can't do that. You can't manually save that build. You have to generate a new loadout, a new preset, a new set, and then you have to edit that set and put in the pieces you want in, and then you save it. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm pretty much saying is you have to jump through all these hoops just to save one artifact loadout, one artifact preset. So honestly, this is not 100% an artifact loadout. This is like 90%, or I'll say 80% an artifact loadout. When you go on Wuwa or any other game that has an artifact loadout, you just go ahead and select the build that you want, you click save, and that's it. You can decide if you want to put that set on any character you want. You don't have to rely on some sort of AI system or a bot that's going to generate a random set for you, and then you have to go out your way to edit that set and then save it. You don't have to do that. But unfortunately, when it comes to hoyoverse, they had to add some sort of gimmick so that you can spend more time playing the game, so that they can generate, I want to say more playtime revenue, because they don't generate that, but so they can, have more playtime. Like, they can generate more playtime, and that's going to impress their investors. So yeah, when it comes to the artifact loadout, this is great, but at the same time, you do have to jump through a lot of hoops just to save the artifact set you want on that character. So if you guys are thinking about the artifact loadout we have in Wuwa, it's not equivalent to that. You literally have to set some parameters. You guys can see they pretty much show it to you guys over here. You set these parameters and you click configure, and it's going to generate a random set, a random garbage set that you're probably not going to use, and then you have to go out your way to manually change it, which kind of sucks. So yeah, I will say the artifact loadout here, I mean, this is a start, but at the same time, the fact that they were able to fumble something so easy, where you just simply put in a save button, that's all you guys have to do. Just put in a save button, that's it. You guys literally put it over here. Starting from version 5.7, the dev team has brought new features such as the ability to save and switch. All you guys had to do is just let us choose which set we want to save and put it in a slot, and that's it. That's all you guys had to do. But of course, it's hoyoverse. They got to make shit complicated. You got to go through this fucking, I don't know, AI system where it's going to generate a random set for you. And then you got to edit it, then save it up for that character. And there is like 2 custom loadouts per character. Now, some people are going to say that it's not a lot, but I don't think you really need to, like, I don't think you really need like 20 or 15 loadouts for one character. I don't think that's really necessary. So, 2 custom loadouts per character, it's not bad. You know what I'm saying? That's not bad. They can, maybe add some more later on down the road. No, I'm not against that. Like, if you don't want them to add more custom loadouts per character, then that's just you. Maybe some other people want them to add more. You know what I'm saying? So if they want to add 5 custom loadouts per character, they can do that. If you don't want that, just simply don't do it. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I've seen some people say, oh, if you want more than 2 custom loadouts, then you're greedy. It's like, bro, shut the fuck up, dude. If you don't want to use those custom loadouts, then just don't fucking use it. Like, it's just crazy to me. But yeah, this wanted to just want to clarify that to, a lot of you guys, because, when it comes to reading comprehension skills, that's been on an all-time low lately. So yeah, it's not like you're just outright going ahead and just saving up whichever set you want on that character immediately. That's not the case. You have to go out your way to generate a random set, and then if that set isn't good, you have to edit that set, pretty much manually editing it, and then you can save it. Pretty, it's pretty shitty. So yeah, they definitely got to fix that. But they also added what else did they add? They also added a retry button in Spiral Abyss. You can now retry chambers, which is pretty good. This is something that should have been in the game since day one. It shouldn't take you guys 5 years to add a retry button. That's just out of this world. You can also claim all the rewards in Spiral Abyss. That's good. They also, update the interface when it comes to test runs. You can now see more details before you actually test the character, before you actually play with the character. And then when it comes to character talent optimizations, this is the character's talent page now supports continuous level up. No more backing out for every tap. That's good. And then we also have this over here where it says multiple resin types supported. Where like it says when claiming rewards from domains or ley line outcrops, you can choose to consume either one fragile resin or one transient resin to claim triple rewards in one go. This is actually pretty good. So they still need to add reserve resin, where like if you don't log into the game for like a couple weeks, you're pretty much storing resin, and then when you come back to the game, you can use all the stored resin you had. Pretty much HSR, ZZZ, and Wuwa. All those games have a reserve stamina system, so they need that for Genshin Impact. We come over here. They also optimize, the adventurer handbook, where you can see more details. They also, did some resource management for mobile. So over here it says you pretty much have the option to download full resources or basic resources. But if you only download basic resources, you're not going to have the resources you need to go through the Archon quest, story quests, and hangout events. In order for you to like, get the resources related to Archon quest, story quests, and hangout events, you have to download full resources, or you can just manually do it, right? If you just do basic resources and you don't get all, the full resources, you can pretty much like manually, like you can decide which resource you want to download, right? So this over here, it says expected download size 92 megabytes. So you can pretty much choose, which one you want to download. And yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to the developers discussion for Genshin Impact. So yeah, man, this is definitely leagues better than their recent developers discussion, because I don't know what the fuck devs were smoking when they decided to, implement a mail search function. Like that shit was so random to me. But this is definitely way better than their most recent developers discussion. But once again, when it comes to the artifact loadout, it's still scuffed. We have to see what it looks like in game, but as of right now, what I'm reading, I'm 100% sure that you don't have the option to immediately save whichever preset you want to save on that character. You have to generate a random artifact set, and then when you generate that set, you have to go out of your way to edit that set, and then you can save it, which is just bullshit. So yeah, I'm gonna see what it looks like in game, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna complain about that, because that's not what an artifact loadout should be. You know what I'm saying? Artifact loadouts, the whole point of artifact loadouts is to pretty much reduce the amount of time it takes for you to like build your characters. That's the whole point of artifact loadouts, to make building your characters a lot smoother and a lot faster, so you can go ahead and just, get back into, combat or story, whatever. But this is it's gonna be a little bit tedious, to be honest. It's gonna be a little bit tedious. At least you're like saving that set and moving on. But like if you want to go back and like, put in a whole new set and you want to save it up, you have to generate a whole new one and then edit it. It's going to be a whole lot of nonsense, bro. It's going to be a whole lot of nonsense. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Once again, this is definitely leagues better than their most recent developers discussion. But at the end of the day, it has been 5 years. Okay, it has been 5 years. I don't give a fuck if anybody comes and tell me, hey man, you need to be grateful, at least they're doing it. I don't care. It's been 5 years. And the fact that you guys are just now implementing artifact loadouts, it is kind of embarrassing. It really is. Still no skip button. Players are still locked behind the schedule. Still no reserve stamina system. there's still a lot of issues in the game. Just because they decide to do something that players have been asking for a long time, just because they decide to, you know, kind of listen, doesn't mean that they're actually listening. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens. Okay, we'll see what happens. Their live stream is in, like, I think a couple days. I think it's this Friday. I don't know. We're gonna check it out to see what's going on, but we'll see what happens. But I hope you guys have a good one. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'll be seeing you guys soon. Adios.